VinhXTruong. I'm a local real estate investor investing in Houston and all over Texas.
What part of the city are you or your business in?
You know, we buy properties in Houston, Harris County, Montgomery, Fort Bend, Galveston, and even Brazoria. So pretty much about a 150 mile radius from Houston, Harris County.
Which of the following areas is you or your business organization closest to? Not necessarily exactly where you are, but which are you closest to?
I'm gonna say Memorial Villages. I've known Memorial Villages for the last 15 years. And even though there's not that much foreclosures in Memorial Villages, but Memorial Village is pretty much the center of Houston.
Can you briefly walk us through your story, how you started and how you got to where you are today? You can include as little as or as much detail as you like.
Yeah, that's a long story, but I'll make it quick, simple, and short. So I started real estate in 2004. I wanted to be a licensed real estate agent. I took a course, and right before I was taking my test, I saw this newspaper ad talking about how to buy real estate with no money down. And so I went to this 2-hour event here in the Galleria, and I came out and they said, you sign up this weekend, it's a special for $5,000, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll teach you everything about buying real estate with no money down. I applied for it, dropped my credit card, went to the course, learned a bunch of valuable information. I came out Monday, I started knocking on doors, and within that month, I landed on my very first deal. I knocked on the door, homeowner came out. She had said that she does want to sell, husband's in the hospital, and they needed $20,000 to walk. I ran some numbers, got back with her the next day, gave her a check for 20. She moved out. I fixed up the property, put it on the market, and within that 45 days from the date that I graduated from that class, I cashed my very first check on October the 30th for like $31,700. And ever since that day, I never looked back, and I've been buying a property every single month for the last 19 years.
Sheesh, that's deep.
try to make it quick, simple, easy.
Has it been a smooth road? If not, what were some of the struggles along the way?
Predominantly for the last 10 years, it's been a smooth route investing in real estate. In the last 5 years, ever since COVID had happened, there's a lot of apps, there's a lot of AI, there's a lot of new softwares that actually had been implemented just because of the market, the technology changing. And so now there's a lot more competition because everything is all AI, all the stuff is all robots. And now they're replacing a lot of these softwares with, instead of the cold call, the one that you sit there and pick up the phones and dial, now is all these automated systems dialing. So there are a lot more investors entering the market, but with more investors entering the market, the profit margin is less. But knowing that, there's not very many of these investors that are actually successful just because they're paying so much money for these softwares and they're actually not enough experience for them to be closing these type of deals. And then the other part of it is that the banks are proactively helping out the homeowners 90 days out instead of 180 days out. So with the banks helping the homeowners that soon and the investors having all these platforms, the ones that are in their 50s or 60s that are real estate investors are almost out of the game just because the younger generation's technology is just killing it. It's just beating them out. And so those are kind of like the changes that I've realized in the last like 5 years. But as there are changes, we're implementing new systems and softwares and everything to compete in this new challenging time in this real estate space. So that's what I see that's going on.
So we'd love to learn more about your work. What do you do? What do you specialize in? What are you known for, etc.? What are you most proud of? What sets you apart from others?
You know, the majority of our business is really helping homeowners save their house. So there's programs out there that the banks push, which is considered a loan modification. And essentially what that is that if the client is far behind and they can't catch up, the banks will allow them to restructure the debt and roll all of the payments that they're behind back into the loan. And so for the last 10 years, we've been working on loan modifications and short sales in conjunction with buying properties at the auction of the homeowners that doesn't need help or can't need help, or they're so far upside down. And so with these new programs, with the loan modifications that we've explored helping these homeowners, whenever they're not able to be helped, or they're not in a position where if there's a husband and wife and they both have to sign off and they can't agree, then we have to eventually buy those type of properties at the auction. So in the last 5, 7, 8 years, most of those deals that the banks can't help, homeowners can't help, they end up going to the auction. And so we added another platform and added another department to buy these type of properties at the auction, to where we don't lose off on the pre-foreclosures and helping the homeowners save their house. So it is a different business model, but we try and strive to help these homeowners save their house first. And if it's unachievable, then we'll use plan B and buying these properties at the auction.
What are your plans for the future? What are you looking forward to or planning for? Any big changes?
You know, it's always about helping other people achieve their goals, their financial dreams. And so in the last 24 months, we've added a one-on-one mentorship coaching program. And essentially what that is that instead of you learning a 3-day weekend and on Monday you can't call anybody to help you go through a deal, I'm the guy, I'm the plug, I'm the resource that can help you answer all of those questions that you've learned, or all the videos that you've seen on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram that you don't have a mentor to coach you through a deal that you found. I've employed this program to where I coach you until you find your very first deal. And then once you find your very first deal, I help you close it all the way to closing. And from there, you could physically learn how to do it step by step, rather than just bits and pieces of the process and trying to put it together to make it work. And so I become your coach, I become your mentor, and help you get through the first deal or the 10th deal. Regardless of how difficult it is, I'm able to get you to the closing table. So that's what we've been implementing to work, so then we could help others achieve the financial dream.
Would you like to share your pricing? Let's go over your program fees.
Yeah.
What is that looking like?
Yeah. So, one of the rules of thumb for me is that I don't buy in areas that I can't send my mom to collect rent. So most of the junkers, most of the war zones, most of the areas that I do buy doesn't involve in that, right? So I feel comfortable buying in anywhere from $225,000 all the way up to the millions or the $2 million deals, just depending on the location. So that's going to be my very first criteria. The second thing is that as far as the fees and adjustments, we understand value. We know where value comes up. So the minimum investment for one-on-one coaching is $25,000, right? And essentially, well, hey, look, is it a lot of money? How much money did you spend on your college education? And when you did spend the $15,000, $20,000 for a year for the last 4 years, did it give you a return that you put out? And essentially, for me, the $25,000, I'm going to hold your hand through the whole journey. I'm going to do one deal, if not two, if not 5 deals, until you understand and you're able to fly your own. So essentially, I'm not just going to give you fish. I'm going to teach you how to fish, and I'm going to teach you how to fill up your bucket full of fish, so then you never have to worry about working for anybody ever again. And that's what comes with the one-on-one mentorship.
Thank you. All right, so as far as your contact information, I'm just going to go ahead and put on here, but would you like to share it? Where can these people contact you, these future investors?
Yeah, so in the last 4 or 5 years now, we've been doing a lot of sales, a lot of marketing, do a lot of branding. So I'm on all the social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and so those are all the platforms. It depends on where you're at, and your journey is where you're going to be able to find me in those platforms. Most of the platforms are going to be quick, short reels of what's going on in the day, but the longer platforms like YouTube and Facebook, it's going to have the full video of what's really going on with that property particularly. And so if you do want to learn those type of programs, it is going to be under VinhXTruong and on all the social media platforms.